So I need you to understand one last topic. Okay. For the test, it's relatively simple. It's important because we've been talking about orbital maneuvers. Okay. So we talked about last class. We talked about impulse maneuvers. I want you to understand it's called the Hohmann's transfer maneuver. Okay. This is the most it is a two impulse maneuver. First of all, maneuver. It is the most fuel efficient maneuver for transfer between two axial circle. Okay. What that means is, now pay attention here. Don't be on your cell phones. Think about it. You're in a circular orbit. Okay. And you want to go into a bigger circular orbit. Can you tell me an example? Now think about circular orbits. Can you think about application of circular orbits?
GPS.
When,
GPS satellites?
Yes. So all geosynchronous and geostationary orbits. You understand the difference between geosynchronous and geostationary?
Yeah.
Geostationary is?
It just over one place the entire time it goes.
Right. Geostationary is always a geosynchronous. What is geosynchronous? Geosynchronous is the orbital time period is the same as Earth's rotation. So 24 hours. Okay. So 24 hours is the Earth's rotational period, right? So the orbit is also the orbital time period is also 24 hours. That's a geosynchronous. Now when this geosynchronous is in a equatorial orbit, it becomes a geostationary. It's like this.
Is that where the satellite sits? One, like,
It doesn't sit there. It is moving, but also at the Earth.
no, but like it sits in front of Texas and it stays in front of Texas as the Earth is turning.
So for US, it's not possible to have a geosynchronous orbit, geostationary orbit.
That's the equator.
Yeah, it has to be near the equator. You understand what is
Yeah,
happening?
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay. So it's the Earth is rotating about the equator. So what's going to happen is only places around the equator which have that. So US is much higher than the equator. So there is, even if there is something in the equator, it's not going to be able to see that all the time. You understand? So this, all these GPS satellites are geosynchronous. Are they geostationary? They are not geostationary. Okay, they are geosynchronous, which means their orbital period is, what is their orbital period? Huh? 24 hours. Okay. Now, if you want to launch a geosynchronous or a satellite into a far off orbit, what is the approach you are going to take?
What altitude do you want to go to?
Let's say you want to launch something in 10,000 kilometers. Okay. What approach are you going to take?
Start the very axis and reach your altitude until it's at
From ground. Are you going to take your rocket up to the 10,000 meters? You're not going to do that, right? Why do you need a rocket again?
Escape Earth's, escape Earth's cold atmosphere.
Atmosphere. It is not required to escape Earth's pull. Okay? It's only required to, it's largely required to overcome atmospheric drag. Once you're out of atmosphere, you need much less fuel to get into a bigger orbit. You understand? So the large amount of fuels you need on a launch vehicle, on a rocket, that is needed to get out of the atmosphere. Okay. So what you do is, if you want to go into, let's say, a 10,000 kilometer orbit, you will go into, let's say these both are circular orbits. So what is the perigee radius of this?
5,000. Wait,
Wait, the radius?
Huh?
You said the radius?
Yeah, perigee radius.
It's 5,000.
This is 10,000 kilometer orbit.
So it's 10,000.
10,000 plus 6378.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that is the radius of orbit. This will be, let's say, a 300 kilometer or 400 kilometer orbit. Okay. What is the perigee radius for this? 6378 plus that 300 of 4. So what you're going to do is you're going to go here. Okay. Pay attention here. This is very critical. You're going to get the launch vehicle is going to take you into this initial orbit. Can I go directly into this orbit?
Like from Earth?
Huh?
From Earth?
Not from Earth, but let's say from initial. Okay, let me talk about this. Okay. What I'm going to do is my satellite is orbiting. At this point, so let's say this is, I'm going to identify this as R1. Does that make sense? So the R1 is the radius of the first initial orbit. Okay. So here, this is, let's say, V1. Does that make sense? I'm going to do the first orbital maneuver. I'm going to increase this by I'm going to call this as VP. Okay, this will put the satellite in what orbit? Elliptical orbit. Okay. This can you tell me what is this? Can I say this is R2? Okay. See if this makes sense. R1 is equal to RT. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Delta V1 is what?
VP minus V1.
VP minus V1, yes. That makes sense? Are you able to see why this is a two impulse maneuver?
Have to raise your prayers.
Huh?
Have to raise your prayers.
You have to raise your apoapsis.
I'm sorry. Wait.
So what is the periapsis here?
In the initial order,
Yeah,
it would be anywhere because it's a circular order.
it is this.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh,
It has
it's
to be
just not even burn there. Okay, yeah.
wherever you burn it,
Uh-huh.
that is your periapsis. Got it? What is this?
Okay, so that's afterwards.
That's apoapsis. You're raising your apoapsis. Got it? Now what I'll do is, think about this. This is my VA. Does that make sense? Okay. And if I increase this, so let's say this is V2. Okay. What is R2?
That's the orbit that we're trying to get to.
WQRP.
That's the
Is
very G.
2RP?
That's the very G.
This is RA.
Oh, because it's VA, VQ and VA.
This is always the, what is this point?
7.
What is this point?
Right.
Huh?
The focal point? The most
It's the occupied focus. Okay, you are always talking about, there's only one central body here. You understand? The central body itself is not changing. This is the occupied focus. Whether you're considering this orbit, this orbit, this orbit. So do you see this becoming RA, which is equal to R2? Do you see that? So when I do this, when I increase this, what is delta V2 now?
I need. Delta, yeah.
Yes. V2 minus V3. So now once once you do this, the second maneuver, you see the two maneuvers. Everybody sees two maneuvers. The first maneuver will take it into the, what is this orbit? What would you call this orbit?
Elliptical.
Yeah, it is elliptical, but what would you call this orbit?
Like a transfer.
Transfer orbit. Okay, this is the Hohmann transfer orbit. So this is the transfer orbit. What would you call this? Look here, huh? Final orbit. Got it? It's all very logical. Okay, this is also relevant because now I'm talking about just one body, but this is how we went to moon as well. Okay, if we want to go to moon, what we'll do is we'll keep on raising the apogee, and then once you're around the moon, you'll suddenly lower your perigee or apogee to get in that circular orbit. Can I do this? Can I go from final orbit to initial orbit? It's the exact same process. Okay, so what I'm going to do is if I go from here, what I'll do is instead of increasing, I'll decrease it. You see that? So how do I go from the final, the bigger one to the smaller one?
You just burn in the opposite direction.
First, I will do the burn here to get into the
Transfer.
elliptical orbit, transfer orbit. Then I'll do the burn here to get into the smaller orbit.
But that's only from like maximum
Huh?
efficiency, right?
Huh?
It's only from like maximum efficiency, right?
It is still the most fuel efficient transfer.
You're saying
What you
you
can do.
burn,
Huh?
you burn that transfer?
It's called burning in the sense firing the thrusters.
Okay.
I do a burn in the sense I'll fire the thrusters. That's another
So you're
terminology.
burning fuel.
Yeah. So here what I'm going to do is, here again I'm doing a burn here, but the velocity is increased. Got it? Here again the velocity is increased. If I'm doing the opposite, I'll start here. I cannot start here. Right? I'm doing the opposite because I'm in this orbit. You see that? I'll do a burn.
Slow it down.
Yeah. Now here the burn is going in this direction, right? The thrusters are being fired in this direction. The velocity is increased in this direction. If I want to go from this to this, I'll do a burn in this direction, so velocity is decreased in the other direction. It will put me in the elliptical orbit. When I come here, I'll do the burn in the. Can I do a burn here? The second burn?
And like here, a second burn there, you're not gonna make the.
I'm not going to be here, right?
Right.
I mean,
That's what
would you transfer down to the other?
Once in the this is not, you have to look at the common point. There's a common point between the initial orbit and the transfer orbit, and the final orbit and the transfer orbit. The common point will become, that is where you do the burn, or where you do the burn will become the common point. You see that? I cannot do a burn because this is not a common point. Can I do a burn anywhere here?
No.
Think about it.
Is it at the final, like what stage are you at?
Let's say, do I have to do it here?
Yeah.
Can I do it here?
Yeah. You can do it anyway.
It's a circular orbit.
So it doesn't matter.
I can do it anywhere. You see, if I do a burn here, I'll get into this transfer orbit. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a burn here and it'll go into this orbit. I can do a burn here. I can do anywhere. It's just that the second burn will have to be
Right.
at the apogee. So all these are apogees, if you see.
Yeah.
You got it? So this, I want you to understand this, have a pictorial understanding, demonstrate this. Now, what is total delta? It's simply delta V1 plus delta V2. You see that? Is the fuel required to go from this orbit to this orbit or this orbit to this orbit the same? it's exactly the same. Got it? So keep that in mind. Whether you do it from here to here or here to here, the fuel is. Okay. This is the most fuel efficient. It's a 2-impulse maneuver. It's called the Hohmann transfer maneuver. So when we went to the moon, we actually did 2 burns. So we just keep on increasing, do a spiral, and then once we are around moon, we'll do a burn quickly to be in that orbit. Okay. But we won't discuss that, but I want you to understand this. There'll be one problem on this one. So we'll discuss about the exam, final exam.
So can we ask any questions needed, like from the previous homeworks or like whatever you give us on Wednesday?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Final exam, we'll talk about various orbits. What I mean is the various closed and open orbits, right? And all those characteristics. Essentially the 4 orbit types. Okay? Circular, elliptical, parabola, and hyperbola. I expect you to be able to draw, label things like perigee, apogee, perigee radius, apogee radius, altitudes, center, foci, occupied focus, unoccupied focus, all those things. Simple relationship. Is that okay? And simple problems in this. No derivations. I won't give you any derivations.
Quick question. F star is the occupied focus, right?
F star is unoccupied focus.
Cool.
So make sure you understand that. I will not ask you any derivations. Okay? Simple problems as well. Is that okay?
Yeah, what do you mean by simple?
Okay. Huh?
What do you mean by simple? What do you mean by simple? Like,
Simple problems, let's say, calculate the perigee, the semi-major axis given the perigee and apogee. Okay, things like that. You can have a formula sheet. You can prepare a formula sheet for yourself. No solved examples. Is that clear? No pictures. You cannot have pictures.
Can I come take pictures of the midterm?
Yes.
Thanks.
You cannot get those to examine.
Of course not. That would give me better.
You can collect all your exams. All your exams are great. Okay?
We can
Including,
keep that?
I don't want to give it to you because I need them for, this is required for some administrative stuff, so I have to keep them. Okay? You can take pictures. So these I want you to there's a nice roadmap. Okay. Page number 723 in the textbook. Okay. There's a roadmap there, roadmap of formulas. How we got where we are today. I want you to just briefly understand that. Are you going to do that?
723.
Page 723. There's a roadmap. Okay. Where we started with basic Newton's law. We came to the second two-body problem. Solution to two-body problem. Okay. Energy equation, conservation of momentum equation. If you want, I can attach this with your exam, this thing as an appendix.
Alright.
But I want you to understand this, the path we have taken. If you have any questions, come and ask me. But I need you to understand this roadmap. Will you do that? Some of those formulas you may have to use to solve problems. Okay? Next is, okay, this one, let's see. So here, the orbit equation, energy equation, and H equal to R cross B. These are going to be critical. Orbit equation is going to be critical. You have to understand how to manipulate the orbit equation. So for example, what is the orbit equation itself? The solution to two-body problem? Yeah, h square over mu into 1 over 1 plus
E
E cosine theta. So if it is at perigee, what does that become? Theta equal to 0.
Yeah.
Derive that. At apogee, theta equal to
180.
180. So those things I need you to understand. I won't ask you derivation. I will ask you only a formula. You may be required to, if you remember the formula, well and fine. If you don't remember, you have to be able to quickly substitute that value, get it immediately. You understand? That's what I gave you for problem number 3 in the exam.
Oh, you use like half of the
Yeah. So next is orbital elements. And so here one is simply identifying orbital element. R and B to orbital elements. Orbital elements to R and B. Both PQW and ECI free. Okay? Clear?
Also,
Hmm.
Josh and Daniel
Hmm.
had to go perform in Albany for May, and they found out not too long ago.
When do they have to do?
They'll be back at 9.
Okay.
They're supposed to,
Today?
yeah, they were supposed to, but
Okay.
the dinner didn't, the breakfast didn't end until 8.
Josh is here.
Josh is here, so then it's just Daniel. So that was also supposed to be there, just
Alright. So is that the fourth is coordinate transformation. Okay? Fundamental rotations, PQW to ECI to PQW, Rolls-Pitch-Yaw, angles to matrix to angle. Again, I won't ask you big derivations. Simple problem like what was asked in the second exam. 2 rotations. We'll limit it to 2 rotations. 2 rotations, can you find the rotation matrix?
Mm-hmm.
Angles, can you still find the angles? The coordinates or the quadrant, all of you are not still clear on that. Please help each other. Okay? Because I have graded and that is one thing which is missing. Your understanding of quadrant is not exactly. Okay. So this coordinate transformation. And finally, including Oman Travel. Okay?
Is that
Orbital maneuvers.
I know, so,
Huh?
yeah, orbital elements.
Orbital, yeah, O is orbital elements. So R and B to orbital elements, orbital elements to R and B. Okay.
That's not too bad, unless you're going to add something else.
No, that's it. Okay.
As for orbital maneuvers, that's all we need to know.
Whatever we did last class and this.
So,
I may give you simple numbers. For example, I may give you V1, VP, add them in. Or I may ask you pictorially depict Hohmann transfer.
Say it again?
Pictorially depict or with a sketch, draw
Okay.
a Hohmann transfer. Okay. I need you to use your geometrical instruments.
So we have been training me?
Huh?
Have been training me?
I'm playing with the sleeves now.
Huh?
Sleeves.
String,
Strings, no good.
I can. Here's. Let me put it this way. If you use a string, it will be worth 2 additional points. 2 points. If you don't use a string, you lose 2 points. So it's up to you.
Wait, what?
the points are included. Bring it down.
Now it's not.
If you're okay with losing 2 points,
So it's not bonus points. You use these points on the test. You buy it.
see the reason I'm enforcing this is because when you do this, geometry is also understanding shapes and sizes and angles, opposite angles, all those things. And when you use the string, there is something which goes from your hand. See, you have to understand how your brain processes information. Okay, your brain processes information through your senses. You typically use only 2 senses out of your 5 senses when you are trying to study. These days, you're only using this sense. You're not even reading things as much as you should do. When you do math, what is the sense that gets used? Your touch. Okay. Especially math, can you read? Can you keep on reading math and become better?
No.
You have to practice math. That is the only way you can get better at math. Yeah. So it's something like that. You have to understand. Can you do math without your eyes? You can actually do math without your eyes. Okay. So that is what I'm trying to get. You should be able to draw a circle. There was a small story about there is this artist, okay, and this king invites him saying, I want to see how good an artist he is. So go to him, he sends a messenger and says, bring me something that will show me that he's a good artist. Okay? And this messenger comes to the artist, and the artist draws one circle, freehand circle, and tells him, take this and go to the king. If the king has an appreciation for art, he'll understand how difficult it is to draw a perfect freehand circle. So when you're an artist, or when you practice this math, your art and math combine. That is another way of learning math. If you cannot do freehand, if you're not a freehand artist who can draw a freehand circle with one brush stroke, we should learn to use.
String.
So did the king appreciate art?
Huh?
Did the king appreciate art?
So the king appreciates art, yes. Okay. Is this okay? One more thing before we wrap up. Two more things. I need you to fill out the surveys.
10 points.
I will not know. Now the thing is,
Okay.
this is my request. Don't rate me based on what grade I've given you. Okay. What is going to happen is if you rate me on the grade I've given you, I will not know that it is you. So I cannot change your grade. Right? It's of no use for either one of us. Unless you say, oh, this is my this thing, I've given you a good rating, give me a good grade. It's not going to work like that. Okay? So rate me on what is the value addition I've given you. Okay? Please do that. 2, I'll offer a elective in satellite design, which is going to be completely based on using a software. Software. The medium of instruction is going to be this STK, Systems Toolkit. I will need you, a lot of the things you have learned in orbital mechanics, you'll do that in this STK. And at the end of that course, you'll have a chance to take a certification exam, which is free. If you pass the certification exam, you'll have a very good chance of getting an A.
Getting an A.
Yes.
So,
And that certification, A is of course valuable to you guys, but that certification is of extremely high value with regards to finding a job. Wherever you go as a spacecraft engineer, if you have the simulation skill, you cannot put things like I can do Microsoft Office, I can do Microsoft Word as a software skill. That is like a requirement. It's like, are you going to say I can do reading and math as a skill? So they don't expect you to put Microsoft Office as your skill easily. That is what is, you have to have skill like AGI, STK, which will immediately draw attention. Certified AGI, STK, it will change your, it will add so much value that at least they'll say, okay, this person is certified. Let me immediately call Jessica for an interview. So please use this opportunity. You never know. See, this course alone will not determine whether you're going to be spacecraft engineers. Down the line, 5-10 years, you may think, oh, I've done too much in aircraft. Let me be a spacecraft engineer. Okay? Or when you actually go to the industry, you may not be doing this immediately. You may be using the software, use the software, and then one day you'll remember me, oh, he was teaching that. If all this will get stored in your memory, okay, and when you're using the software, it will flash. But you can get a job as a spacecraft engineer with a certification. Okay? Whether you take my course, whether you take that elective or not, that is secondary, but I want you to get that certification. Because once you go out, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do things like applying for certification. You're going to be very, very busy. You know, you're going to be, it's going to be monotonous. Your jobs are going to be monotonous unless you do a graduate degree and do something like that. And during that monotonous, your brain is going to, today you're the smartest, okay? Because intellectually your brain is stimulated. Once you start working, after a few years, you will stop using your brain. It will stagnate. If you want to take a software certification that time, it will be much more harder, 10 times more harder. If you want to pursue a technical degree, technical graduate degree, do it in the next year or two. Don't wait for 2, 3, 4 years. If you wait 3, 4 years, what's going to happen? You're going to pursue a executive master's degree, executive business degree. It's not that it's good, it's bad, but I wouldn't be comfortable taking an executive master's degree or executive business degree. Yeah, it will enhance your business skills, of course, it may do that, but if you want to do real education, pursue a master's within a year or two, pursue a technical master's, then go back and do something like an executive to hone your business skills, to hone your management skills, to hone your leadership skills. Okay? Any questions? We'll meet on Wednesday. And if you have any questions, things like quadrant, I'll discuss those on Wednesday. Huh? Yes, I have a test actually.